started. We're going to call our meeting to order. This is a meeting that we have called to order as a work session for the county commissioners, that we can have a budget presented to us, and that we will be able to have all people, all of our county commissioners involved, and that we will then be doing it. We will have no public comments in this session. This meeting is totally for commissioners to have an work session with budget. The people who desire to have a comment can have it during our next session where we have the public hearing. So tonight, it will be a discussion that we will have about our budget for next year. It's been thrown upon me in the last few days that we will come together and have a budget that we can present to the citizens of Northampton County, and the budget that will be balanced, a budget that will show where we are, what we plan to do for the next fiscal year, starting July 1. In making preparation for this budget, I cannot and will not claim to have done the work. The work for this budget has been done by our own finance officer, and she has done a great job of getting all the materials we need for this budget. She's met with the department heads. She has the information from them that she could instill in this budget. And if you're a department head and in this budget tonight is not representative of what you think, you feel free tomorrow to go talk with her. But remember, tomorrow afternoon, we shall have it available for the public to see. We'll make those changes that we desire to make tonight. With any that we can't make tonight, we'll have tomorrow until 12 noon. Then it'll be public, the budget that we have for county commissioners. Present tonight, we do have three of us as county commissioners. Mr. Ellis is listening to us. Ms. Faulkner is perhaps will come on to listen to us. She's been ill, but she's planning to come on. I do see Mr. Edwards is on. So yes, now,
yes,
not
sir.
to, yes, sir. Thank you. Not to keep us tonight for a long time. We have already given you a copy of a preliminary budget. I'm going to ask our budget, our finance officer who worked so hard on this budget, to come forward now and to help us as we go through this budget. And if you have any questions you need to ask her, please feel free to stop her and ask her if you have any questions. At the very end, we'll be asking you, are there any other items that we need to include or exclude? So we'll be discussing this as we move along to assure that we don't forget any parts of it. So at this time, I'm asking our finance officer to come with our budget as we have prepared and presenting to you tonight.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
In accordance with the North Carolina Local Government Budget and Fiscal Control Act, I am pleased to submit to you for your consideration the proposed fiscal year 2021-2022 Northampton County budget. North Carolina General Statute 15911 requires that boards of county commissioners receive proposed budgets from the county budget officer no later than the first day of June. General Statute 15913 requires each board to officially adopt budget ordinances no later than the first day of July for each fiscal year. This budget includes a general fund operating budget of $29,855,515, which represents an increase of $1,945,955 from the revised fiscal year 2020-2021 budget. This proposal also includes a half-cent ad valorem tax reduction. As a result, the proposed tax rate for fiscal year 2021-2022 is lowered to 90.5 cents per $100 of property valuation. The budget is balanced and prepared in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles and is aligned with the priorities of the Board of Commissioners. Those key focus priorities for the commissioners are operational control, efficiency and effectiveness, enhancing citizen quality of life, education, community, and economic development. Some general fund revenue highlights. The ad valorem tax rate is reduced to 90.5 cents per $100 of property valuation. The estimated total of ad valorem tax is $21,413,233, which is higher than the current year's budget. This proposal also reflects a reduction in sales tax revenue in the amount of $599,067. This year's budget recommends a fund balance appropriation of $1,656,232. Our general fund revenue proposals for this year: ad valorem tax at 71%, sales and services 6%, health, federal, state restricted 3%, health sales services 3%, sales tax 9%, and fund balance appropriated 6%, with 2% in other areas. Our general fund expenditures include $144,000 for 3 new sheriff's vehicles. And it also includes, here I have $210,000 for new ambulance vehicles. However, we were able to purchase one in this year, so that figure will change to $100,000.
Okay, board members, did you hear that? I want to make sure everybody hear me. We reduced that because we did get the new ambulance to $100,000. In cases they need another one or whatever, we would have those funds for that purpose. Okay.
A phone system replacement was approved, and we have budgeted the $40,000 for the second year of that installment. Our tax revaluation fund stays at $50,000, and this is to provide the needed funds for our tax revaluation in year 2023. There are no new positions included in this proposed budget.
Okay.
Our contribution to the North Carolina Forestry Service is budgeted at $114,659, which is slightly higher than fiscal year 2021. We have also included a $25,000 allocation for contributions to the Gaston and Eastside Rescue Squads.
Board members, let me say to you, Northampton County has the largest forestry landowners association in the state. It's good to note that we have a forestry income in our county, and it is, our association is one of the largest, and it is the largest in the state. So forestry land is important to us, and that's why we were talking about solar farms. So I just want you to know that's why we dealing with what we did, because whether we want to turn all this into solar farms or even our farmland is a decision we're going to be looking at as we move along. Okay, now I also note, board members, that at number Eastside Rescue Squad, we're not sure if they will continue to operate, continue to serve the citizens, and we will let you know. If they do not, then we will not give this allocation to them. Okay. We know that, of course, that Gaston they have strong. Okay.
This budget also maintains the contribution for CADA and CPTA at $5,000 apiece. It maintains the contribution of $25,000 to the Regional Air Transportation Support and maintains a contribution of $22,000 to the Tri-County Air Transportation Support. In education, the budget recommends $3,780,000 contribution to Northampton County Public Schools to fund current operating expenses and a $50,000 allocation for fines and forfeitures. This also includes $453,000 for capital outlay expenses for Northampton County Public Schools. Halifax Community College, their contribution maintains at $97,000. Roanoke Chowan Community College has a contribution allocation of $25,949 at their request.
I need to mention here, board members, that the amount that we've given them to both of our community colleges have been what we've done in the past, but you can look forward to those numbers increasing. There is no doubt those numbers will increase. And we would have in our budget to make sure that increase have to occur, that we will be able to take care of it. You all know that we're asking for seats on the board. When you ask for seats, you gotta pay some money too. Let's be honest with it. And they're serving 200 more of our children over there. I'm not even talking about adults. They're serving. So I want to put a plug in right now to let you know that we're going to be looking at those two line items and making adjustments there. I know we got to make those adjustments. We've heard from the community college, and we need to look at those adjustments. We can come back and talk about those adjustments, but we need to have in our budget enough monies to make sure that our children get the quality of education they need from over there, and with security over there and everything else that they need in the school. Being educators, all of us educators, we know how important that is for our children, how important that is for our community. Whether we like the location or not, or whether because it's in Halifax County, you know, that's little to do with educating children, as long as our children get educated. I don't like them being out of our county, but right now it's about educating children. Okay, so I want you to note that we'll be looking at that figure between now and tomorrow to add more to it. I'll either note that we'll put it in our budget that we can go in and get it out if we need to. Okay.
Funding for economic development is increased in this proposal to $957,500 for non-departmental capital outlay expense.
Well, let me say to you that the project that we are number one on right now is the project of the courthouse. Okay, and this amount is the amount that we need to take us so that we can go on and break grounds for the courthouse. We know that any funds that we place in here will be refundable back to us once USDA gives us our funds. But this would help us so that we don't have to slow down that process.
This budget also maintains our prior year contribution of $9,000 for the Main Street revitalization for local municipalities at $1,000 each. This budget also maintains our support to the Northampton County Chamber of Commerce in the amount of $16,019 plus $1,950 for the July 4th celebration.
Board members, these are the figures that we used last year. This is why we've also included. I have not talked to the chamber, but this is what we are included. So I want everybody to understand that the chamber gets taxpayers' money. $16,019 is what they're getting in taxpayers' money. So we know that our chamber will be responsible for doing what the chamber does. That is, and they're doing a great job now. They really are. I need to say that to the chamber. They're doing a great job. We just want them to continue on. They're good advocates for us. They really are. All the businesses and new businesses and everything is to come in. They really are doing a good job. And I see they got membership from not only people in Northampton County. If you all have noticed, they have memberships from people outside in Roanoke Rapids and Hosky and other places who are part of our chamber. We're proud of them, our chamber, and the work they're doing. They don't do anything but add to what we're trying to do with economic development. Okay?
All right. The recommended budget includes $287,661 in contingency to handle any emergency or unexpected expenses that arise.
So board members, in this budget, you got $287,000 that we know we can have to, an emergency arise, something comes up, we need to do. We have that here as that cushion, and still leaves us with next year's budget with over $1 million. How much is it? Over. She just gave it to me. I had. Yes, right now that still gives us another $1 million to add on to already what we have in the bank. Okay. Okay. Mr. Edwards.
Yes, sir.
Are you following us? Do you have any questions?
I'm following right along, sir. I have it pulled up on my computer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. How about it, Commissioner Faulkner? She's not, okay, all right, continue on.
Okay. The total full-time employee count for the county will be 263 in general fund and 9 in enterprise fund. This budget continues to fully fund the merit pay and longevity pay. And this year, there is a recommended 2% bonus for employees.
Okay. Well, members, that's what we plan to do for employees. We gotta do some rules on it, because you just can't come today and think you're gonna get a 2% bonus. We gotta work with our finance, and we'll come back to you. Okay. We will come back to you when we after we look at this and tell you what the rules are. Okay. We just can't come yesterday and then gonna get a 2% bonus. Okay, so this is for our employees, and I want to tell you, boy, we got the best employees in the world. I declare we have, and they love their job. They love what they're doing, and I just want you to know that I'm just proud of our employees and the kinds of things they want to see us do in our county, and how they take their job so serious. So that's every employee in this county will receive that bonus. We'll let you know when. Somebody already want to know right now when we're going to get it. We'll let you know, and we'll do it. We might have to divide it up. one part now, one part later, but we got to look at our books, and we're going to let you know when we approve our budget exactly when it will be done. The good thing about this commission is this, that we can take some of the funds that we are expecting to come in to go towards this bonus, okay, for our employees. That's in the guideline, because they worked so well during COVID, and they worked so well that we can take some of that to put into this 2%. So that $1.2 million it's going to cost us might not be $1.2 million our taxpayers' money from Northampton County, but it will be from the feds and from the county. So I just want everybody to understand that. And I think that's just great. This is good morale for our employees. And next year, the change is going to be a big change, because we did a study, okay? And the study tells us where everybody ought to be on a scale. And we hope we can accommodate moving people from where they are to where the scale will have them to be. And those who might be above the scale, you just remain where you are. But those whom the job classification says that this is what you need to pay, is what we plan to do. One thing we believe in paying our employees that does a good job. Just because we're in a county where poverty is present, and because we're in a county where we don't have a lot of money, we're going to appreciate the ones that we do have. And that's why we're planning. All employees that's listening now, I know you're listening. We want you to know we plan to give you, all employees, a 2% bonus if you've been working with us at least a year. I'll just say that now. But if you haven't, we'll do some type of sliding scale to make that possible. Board members, we'll bring it back to you when we get ready to do it. Okay?
It is recommended that the county change carriers to the North Carolina Health Insurance Plan and brokers to Gallagher. The employee contribution will decrease based on the medical rate renewal figures. The recommended budget has decreased the county's contribution to $788 per full-time employee. And I just want to note that currently it's $823.16.
Okay, board members, you got that? Yes. You got it from her. Okay.
All units of local government in North Carolina will see an increase in the employer contribution rate for retirement. The county's retirement contribution for employees is increasing from 10.22% to 11.42% for non-law enforcement employees. For law enforcement employees, the retirement contribution is increasing from 10.84% to 12.04%. There have been no proposed increases in the water and sewer fees this year.
I need to say, board members, an increase will be coming. There is no way we can upkeep our water system that we've had already an inspection that says a lots of work needs to be done. You all saw them. So what we're waiting for is USDA with phase 6 water to begin anytime now. We're just waiting for the okay from USDA. Once they come in and do phase 6, start on phase 6, they will tell us what our water rates will be. Looking at where we are now, they say they might go up like $1. Okay, it's no $10, $15, might go up $1, $1.50, or whatever. I asked them for that fee. So those of you, you know, all around, everybody's raising the water fee. And they got to do it because you got to upkeep the lines, you got to upkeep the water tanks, you got to upkeep the entire system. So let's keep it at, we're keeping it at this rate at this time. But when USD comes to tell us that we need to increase it, I want you to know we will be increasing. Because right now, the rate that we have will not keep up our water system. Okay, I just want everybody to know that right now it will be the same. Might be the same for the remainder of this year, but I know that when 6 come on, they're gonna be saying, okay, this is time to do them all. We would ask for a rate right now, but the fact we don't want a rate to go up but one time. We just looking for one time that we have the rate, and that'll be for all customers. Okay, the new ones as well as the old ones. Okay, need to make note that.
The total proposed water and sewer budget is $2,786,350. The total proposed budget for the Northampton Garrisburg Water and Sewer Enterprise Fund is $356,850. The Solid Waste Enterprise Fund total proposed budget is $2,266,780. Our special revenue funds, the 911 fund is proposed at $208,168, and this is 100% state funded expense.
Make sure y'all that 208,000 is the state's gonna reimburse us. That's what the state's gonna give us. It will not cost us, but we gotta put it in our budget.
Our revaluation fund for tax stays at $50,000 this year. And our debt service fund is budgeted at $1,062,947, and that includes $862,947 from general fund and $200,000 from our DSS federal and state funds.
Board members, you've heard the report of what our budget is and what it's looking like and what we need to look forward for next year. I'm opening it up now for any questions that you might have in the department as we go through the budget. We just didn't go line for line, and maybe there's a place that you want to see what will happen. You do know that the aging program for our senior center is also included in here, in this budget. It is included with one person being over it, and we're even looking at how we can squeeze enough for another half person to be there likewise. We want that to be a self-supported system. I want that system to be another part of our budget for Northampton County, its own budget. So program changes might take place in that area, but we'll talk about that. But the money is included. I know you in particular, Ms. Buffalo, have been working on this, but the money is included for that and for the upkeep of the building. We do know that, I know she's not on now, but we do know that the W.S. Creasy School project will be one that will be ongoing for us. We have allotted enough money in here to, again, we hope to get the electric on in the building so that we'll be able to start programs that these people that Rich Square desire to have and a place to have it. They have no meeting place down there, and they desire. And our goal there is to get the electricity from down there in the basement and bring it up, and then to do portions of it at a time. We'll be doing some grants and so forth, but we got to get that current on so that we can move forward. It's in our budget to do that. In the other programs, the the monies for the Lake Gaston project. The monies for that program for the land that we purchased is in here, and it is no more than that in this budget for that purpose. Let me share with you that we are looking at the state and others to give us funds to help us in that project. Right now, first priority is to get our courthouse turned dirt for our courthouse. Okay, trying to make sure we all are together. We have an understanding of where we are, what we plan to do. Okay. Any other special parts of this program? We listened to every department, and we've got every department input. If there's a department that's listening to us tonight and you don't know what you have, then you please call Tamika tomorrow morning, because at 12 noon tomorrow, we're gonna set this out so the public can see. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Please let us know. We heard something already. I know, I'm so open about it. Cater desiring that we look again at what we are going to do for Cater. Ms. Buffalo has come to us and said that we need to look, and the Cater people saying we're in Northampton County and we think we worth more than $5,000. We will be looking at that. I think this board would agree that we ought to do at least what Hertford or Burt T doing. We ain't gonna be last. Am I right?
I would agree with that.
Okay, will you agree? Okay, so we'll look at that and we send it to you all tomorrow. But look in here, you'll see what Burt T and Hertford has done, and we're gonna adjust our figures. We'll adjust those figures in that area. Okay, so that's what we plan to do. Those in the Gaston area, you know your weed control. We didn't change any of that. We give more money for the weed control in Lake Gaston than anyone else because you pay a lot of taxes on Lake Gaston. We recognize that. And we recognize that we need to make sure that you all have quality living up there. Are there any, Mr. Ellis, do you have any questions about the budget? You're gonna mute?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ellis? That's okay, he must not, he didn't say anything. Okay, Buffalo, anything you want to say? We promised the citizens of this county we're gonna reduce taxes. Here again, in this budget, we're reducing taxes by another 0.5%. At least we're in the 90s. We ain't gonna be satisfied. I got 3 more years. We ain't gonna be satisfied till we get to the 86, 87 cents, okay? What I said we're gonna do, and we're gonna do it.
Just the veterans, is it possible to look at what's in the budget for the veterans officer,
Yes, ma'am.
the veterans officer's budget?
Have you got it for you now?
Do I have it? I have my computer. I can pull it up.
Will you put it up for us? I want to hear all questions answered. You don't know what we got in there. Will you do that?
Okay.
Okay. She's gonna pull that. Is there another one?
Not enough.
Commissioner Edwards is up next.
Commissioner Edwards,
Yes, sir.
do you have a question about the budget? Anything that you see in this budget that you think that we as commissioners have not spoken to, have not done what we need to do?
I do not, Mr. Chairman. I just want to echo what you were just saying about another 0.5% reduction in taxes. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. We've gotten that. And a 2% somehow bonus to all employees above whatever their raise or whatever they get for, what else y'all get? increase?
For the bonuses, last time we got a cost of living increase, this time we're getting the
Oh,
bonus.
you're getting a bonus because we getting ready to go to making sure everybody's on the right schedule. Okay.
And we got approval.
I just wanted to add that, that was something that was very important, to me too, but to all of us, that we want to just make sure that our employees, saw in their pockets,
Yeah.
how much we appreciate what they have done this year. We appreciate what they do anyway, but what they gave of themselves during this pandemic, it warrants an increase. And, I'm happy to see it. Just want to also note to citizens that have the nonprofits, we still have that contribution in the budget as well, available. So if you are a nonprofit organization seeking some assistance, from the county, get your application in. We won't be able to give you a whole lot because it's one pot of money for all, of those organizations. But if you, have that desire to seek, additional funding, to help carry on your nonprofit, reach out, and put that application in. And, I'll probably like to do a little research on the youth council, maybe youth councils in other counties, to see if there's maybe the cost to carry out a youth council. So maybe we could look into that as well, Ms. Green. Thank you.
And that's why we're at the continuous. Oh, there go,
Right.
Commissioner Faulkner.
Exactly right.
Commissioner Faulkner. Is there another line item we need to look? Question. Now, all the small businesses, remember, we have a little funds, same funds we had last year, didn't decrease it. But remember, we have some other funds under CDBG that we have, because that's why we got the grocery store. And they've been paying their bills, so that money went back into that pot. And now, I don't know what that amount is, but if you have a need and you got your application, you go through all the requirements, then that is another fund that we can use in our county. Because that's what we use for them. And now, as they pay back, that fund will be increasing in that pot of funds. That was federal funds that were given to us. Mr. Ellis, I'm asking you again, do you have anything in this budget that you want to question about?
No, sir, I've been through the budget extension. I appreciate the work that Ms. Green and her staff and you, Mr. Chairman, and this group of commissioners that put thought into this budget. And I think it's a well-presented budget. So I see, and I have no questions. No, thank you. Yes, sir.
Commissioner Faulkner, I know you didn't listen to all of it, but do you have anything that you want to make sure that it's inclusive in this budget?
Chairman Tyner, thank you. I was looking at the recreation line.
Yes.
And I do know that I see a decrease, and with us opening the Creasy Center.
Okay. That decrease was because we did all that building over there in the present building we have. But we'll look at it, but we've got the money in there for the Creasy School, putting the lights, the electric on. I just need you to know that you were not on, but that's there. But the reason that's decreased because we weren't doing that over there at that building. But we'll look at it.
What I'm referring to is the staffing needs that is going to be required there. I don't see a separate line for that facility, since it is a new facility. But if it's going to be absorbed within the recreation line, I think the recreation is going to have more instead of less. It might be a good thing to be able to identify the funds expended through there in some way
We'll do.
creation. Um,
We'll
and I know
look
that
at
in
that
our,
and we'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know that in our strategic plan, we talked about recreation at the Creeksville campus. And I was wondering if there was funds in there for, there are citizens who currently go out there to walk on that walking, on the track. And there's citizens that would like to see the tennis court kind of brought back, and I know that partnership with the school district we were talking about with the recreation there. They would just be two things that I would like us to consider, that and there are adults that I see that are out there walking.
Yes, ma'am. We
When
got
when
it.
we talk about it in every,
We need to get in touch
all
with
right,
Jane
I'm appreciative of
tomorrow
the
morning.
budget. Yes, just have to make sure that the funds are able to support it. Okay.
We will. Thank you for letting us know, because we were assuming that what he gave us was an amount to do that. But we'll go back and we'll look at that.
And I'm not sure if he was aware of those citizens, if he wasn't on some of the other meetings um that happened in the county, to hear that that was an interest of the citizens. I know they did a lot with the gym, with the recreation, but the outside, a lot of more citizens are interested in that as well.
Okay? Got it. Got it. We shouldn't have that school looking like it's something thrown away anyway. We're either gonna keep it or we're gonna tear it down. To tear it down, take $3 million to tear that school down. Why we gonna destroy it? We gotta keep it. That's the whole thing about the abandoned schools. Everybody don't know. When you abandon the school, it's up to the county commissioners to get rid of it. At the end of the day, it comes back to the county commission. At the end of the day, the Board of Education has no money but the money we give them. And they have no money to tear down school. They build a school. So there again, you're right. We'll be looking at that. Might not can do it all in 1 year, but we can continue to work on it.
Understand. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Commissioners, I want you happy. Commissioner, this is about you. This is about your neighborhood. It's about where you are. Any others? Any others? What the process will be, tomorrow after lunch, we will contact all you board members with the comments that you made tonight, and you'll be able to see what budget amounts we have in it. If you can agree to those budget amount, and then we will move forward. The last thing I want to say about this budget, this is a working budget. This is a working budget. What you mean by working budget? The amount of money we place in this budget will be increased. The amount of money we shall receive will be increased. I know it will be. We've already done the forms, the application for it to be increased. It's going to be increased in two ways. First of all, it's going to be increased because we desire to build a courthouse, and the courthouse is going to cost us dollars. We're going to receive some of those dollars, a few dollars, from Washington, D.C. They've already said to us, perhaps they will look at an allocation coming to us dedicated for that purpose from Representative Butterfield's amount allotted. So we know the budget is going to be a working budget. And we also know that we're going to receive some of the COVID-19 money at $1.9 trillion that will pass. We know we're going to receive it. When we receive it, we got to come back with a budget amendment. That's going to be an increase in our budget. Then likewise, we know that we're going to get some grants. I just got a note right then that one is coming in tomorrow from VEPCO, not VEPCO, what's the power company? Dominion Power. Going to give us some money tomorrow to go to Walsh Creek's school. Might have already spent it, but they're going to give it back to us. I just got a note that's coming tomorrow. It's coming through the school system, coming over to, then they'll give it over to us. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you, that this budget is a budget that will be moving. And our finance officer will bring to us every time she get a dime in that we need a budget. Okay, so we talking budget talk now, but unlike it's been in the past, we'll be talking budget talk all year long. Because there are going to be some decisions that you all gonna have to make when it comes to where our monies will go. So we want you to know this is a beginning for us of what we really plan to do in Northampton County.
Chairman Tyner,
Yes.
I have a question about the food bank line.
About the what?
The food bank line.
Yes.
I know they've been doing a lot in our community with food. Is that what they requested, or if that's just what we contribute?
That's what we contribute. Let me tell you what happened. Food bank program changed.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, we had to pay a few dollars every time the truck would come, okay? But since COVID-19, they just said, no more pay. We're gonna send trucks to you and it'll be free. So what we kept in there is the amount of money that we were paying Albemarle, food, whatever.
Food bank of the
Yeah.
Alamo.
Food bank, we kept that amount in there, but the way it looked like, we will not be using that amount, but we got it in there just in case they say, well, everything is back to normal and you got to pay us $20 every time the truck come, $100 every time the truck come. That make sense?
Yes.
Yes. I was just wondering if it had needed to been increased, but I understand your rationale now, because
Yes.
I definitely know that our citizens have benefited greatly from that service.
Yes.
And I'm appreciative of the volunteers who work to get the food out once the trucks do come in. So
Thank you. So that's the reason why we just kept that figure there, just in case we go back. But remember, this funds that's coming down that we're going to receive can also be used if we vote to use it that way in that area if we need it. Another one, Commissioner Faulkner. Another one. This is our time. Nothing closed about this. This is our time.
The museum request, is that our Northampton County Museum?
What is it?
Museum 8,000
Yes,
is what they
yes,
requested.
yes.
Okay.
And by the way, folks, so that y'all know, next year's budget gonna have a larger budget because the courthouse, the old courthouse, we will have to budget to upkeep it, whatever it'll take to upkeep it, maybe $20,000 a year, because we cannot let that old courthouse just be there and nothing take place in it. So we'd be looking at a historical society reforming in the county that's gonna look after that, open it up, close it when people come to town, when their students come. So we're gonna use that courthouse as momentum for Northampton County, a monument for Northampton County.
So that
Those,
would go under more like the museum budget line.
that's right, there we go. But we don't have to do that now. That'll be after we
Right.
get the courthouse. But I just want to know in case something happened to y'all to know that's what the plans are.
Yes.
I want to give you opportunity to speak. It's this opportunity to force because I'm a county commissioner and I want to make sure you all are,
Chairman Connor,
yes.
I'm sorry if I missed this because it was up at the top. When we talked about, and I don't know where we are with the finalization at this point, because I know we've talked about it at several of our meetings, but with the Odom prison,
Yes.
and if that becomes deeded or transferred to the county, where do we have funds already pre-allocated to take care of what we would have to do there? Or is that something we're going to have to come back to at that
That's
point?
something we're going to have to come back to.
Okay.
We do not know. We don't know what the General Assembly is going to do. We think we
Right.
know. Once we do that, we're going to set that up on a budget, just like we do everything else. And it's going to come under the Sheriff Department. Okay. We're putting this under the Sheriff Department. And that budget is going to blow your mind too, because what I've seen there is another extra $1 million coming to the county for that operation. That's what I really see. Additional $1 million coming to the county with a central kitchen down there that can serve food for our jail and even for other counties. And I even looked at it, doing it for senior program, lunches and everything coming out of that big central kitchen. Oh my God. And I'm talking about juveniles as well, but I'm not talking about hard crime people, but I'm talking about those who we think have an opportunity, need a second or third chance. That's why I'm so much in. And I really don't know, but I tell you, we got the fillers out. The only thing, the problem we got is waiting on what it would be for the sewer, to bring the sewer system back up to par. Okay? We're going to be looking at some federal and state fund. If it's a lot of money, it might not be because they just got out of it. It might be just cranking it back up and doing what you need to do. Get a company down here to get it ready. That's the only thing. Water, everything else is fine in that bill. That's going to be another $1 million, not only plus, but it's going to be another $1 million expensive. I'm looking for that place to do hire 30 to 40 people, folks, not more. I'm looking for this own administration. The sheriff will find a person who can be the administrator of it. Someone who have the experience. They just closed one down in Hertford County. So there's somebody to be there who know how to operate. And if juveniles in there, that'll add to your population in the school. They wouldn't go to school, but you can send teachers over there to work with them. They'll be added to Northampton County's number of students. You get that money per child from the state. So answer your question, then make it long, but I want everybody to have an understanding. When that comes aboard, we're gonna meet again, do a whole budget on that situation.
Okay.
Got it? And when that comes, we gonna go down there, all going down there and look and everything we need to do, because it'll be ours. It's in our hands. I do not know how much land is coming with it. The farmland, some of it's got to come with it. They also said there are 7 or 9 houses down there. I went there and looked. They just need renovation, but there again, there's some houses we can have for the people who work down there in the prison. They have houses. That can be an incentive, give you a free house to come work here, and you won't leave. Mm-hmm. Got it. Yes, upgrade, that's what I'm saying, yeah, go in there and upgrade. Because they the right size, they 1,600 square feet on up. Go on, ask me another one, because this is the time. This is our work session. Any other question about our county, and what we plan to do? Any other question? Any others? Any others? Any others? Any others? This is your time. You got the sheet with everybody there. All is there. All is there. And Northampton County is doing well. We're doing well. We're doing well. Biggest room we have is a room for improvement. That's for anybody. We're doing well. All hearts, I think I'm in church. All hearts and minds are clear. Board members, I'm asking one more time. Mr. Edwards, any other questions? We're gonna close it.
It's Commissioner Faulkner again.
Commissioner Faulkner, yes.
The education budget,
Yes,
I see that we're not giving them what they requested.
we give you everything that you requested.
So I was just looking on page 7.
Page 7,
Yeah.
she told me, okay. Page 7. Okay, talk to me.
The paragraph under education. So am I
Mhm.
missing it? Did it change in the budget line, but it's not in the narrative?
You got four, have me out down. You got 4,283,000. That's what you got. That's what the school system got
Where is that in the budget?
in the budget.
Which line is that in the budget? Because it says the budget recommends 3.78. It doesn't say. So, well, I see now. It's separating current expense, capital outlay, and the fines and forfeitures.
Yes, ma'am.
The first line is a little misleading. It makes you think that's all. Yeah.
Okay, we got you.
It looks like we only did 3 instead of the 4.
Thank you, okay. Shit, we can say that, but we got what you all wrote down. What the school system said. Madam
Are
Superintendent.
you all, the superintendent and the board? Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Okay, are you right now?
I see it now.
Okay,
I just read the first line.
I got it.
And we're okay with the community colleges.
No, ma'am. You weren't on when we talked about them, that we're gonna be looking doing for Halifax Community College.
Okay.
We're gonna be looking at increasing theirs. We know we need to increase it. We probably gonna be looking at $200,000 when we're all over. But we're not gonna give it to them until we do some speaking with the county commissioners over there and get what we desire to have to be represented.
Now, I also, and because I wasn't on then, and I do apologize. I couldn't
Okay,
get stuff together. But Ronald Chawan in this fiscal year will have 2 additional sites for adults in our county. One will be in Rich Square at the old dialysis center, and one will be at the Creeksville campus. And I think we need to look at, because they will have a physical presence in our county in 2 locations. If you'll recall, that grant started to bring them into the county. It started with the county, and then that grant from Golden Leaf was, and it doesn't by any means cover the cost of what it's going to take to do those programs. But I just think 25, basically 26,000 for them to actually have two present. One would be a certified site in our county. I think we need to look at that.
Okay, the commission,
Yes.
as your county manager, I gave them what they requested. Okay?
Well, and this is why I'm saying this. I mean, they just had a new president that started about a week ago. And I'm looking at it for our citizens on the lawn. So I okay. But I'm just saying that I know that we're gonna have the physical presence of two sites in the southeast part of, and it's called the SNAP program. It kind of reminds me of the food program, but it's called the SNAP, Southern Northampton Academic Partnership. So I just
all I'm saying to you is when the new president comes aboard and wants more,
now. Okay.
I mean, when she gets, in tune with what's going on, she can come before this board. Okay.
Okay.
And to even suggest amount, I wouldn't even know what it would be, and you either. She needs. You understand what I'm saying?
No.
Education.
I just wasn't sure if the other commissioners were aware of that starting this fiscal year. Okay. No,
we ain't aware of nothing going on over there. You all need to keep us informed. The new president need to come and do it before us. And let's keep in mind, our budget is just something that we're working with. It's process, and what I'm trying to say, it can go up or down, change whenever these commissioners decide, as long as we have the funds. Okay. If I'm wrong, y'all tell me. I'm just doing what I know.
Well, I'm fine. Like you said, this is time to have a conversation.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure she's ready yet, but whenever she gets ready, I want you to know we're open. We're open. And I want everybody to know, board members, I just got one vote. But even if our Board of Education comes to us and there's an emergency or need, we will take care of that. What use is it having $19 million in the bank and we don't educate children?
Or adults. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you understand where I'm coming from, folks? $19 million, and then we ain't taking care of our children. There's another issue that's going to come. I don't know when the sheriff's going to bring it to us, but we need to talk about safety in our communities. And we're going to leave that for them to deal with. But this shooting and crime in our communities, it's got to be, I mean, I don't want to go into it, but it's got to come under control. So we really got to work with our sheriff department, our municipalities, and coming up with something that will bring, and somebody say cameras and all that, but bring something to us. We got to have it.
Yes.
We gotta have it. When we're on the air, I would tell y'all some things that are incurred in my presence. But, we gotta have it. So we have a budget that people can come to us if there's an emergency, there's a need. They can show us the need. We can look at it and say, oh yeah, this is a need. We got $19 million. Okay. Okay. Are there any other questions? This has just been great. This is what we need. Time so everybody can have an understanding of what it is we doing and how we doing it. Anybody, any of you all. Okay, I'm going at this time to declare that we're going to do what we need to do with the budget, with the understanding that you can increase or decrease it whenever you so desire, because there's some more funds coming to us. But this will be our operating budget that we're going to operate with. We're going to look at two in particular items One of them will be down to the Rich Square area that Commissioner Faulkner talked to us about. We're gonna really look at that. We're gonna look at Cater likewise, okay? Making sure that we can at least put some funds in. If Cater says, just like their service to our citizens, they need you more than what we come up with, then they can come to us.
Have they
Okay.
requested anything? Have they shared? Yes, we discussed it at our meeting last night, at our board meeting, but that is not the amount. What they're getting is not the amount that they requested.
Right.
Good time we gonna give them all that $55,000 they requested, and you made make sure you tell them. I'm serious. Yeah, we're gonna do what we need to do.
I know we are.
And then we'll look at it when you go to your next board meeting. If they don't like all we done, make a request. Come back and make a request. Because even that money we getting, that $3 million, some of it can go in that area too. For community service.
But I'll talk to you about something else.
Okay, will do.
Thank you.
Mr. Tyner,
Yeah, talk to me.
I'm sorry, Chairman Tyner. And you mentioned the 3 million. When is that budget or plan due to the state?
Oh, there is no plan. You ask for the money, they're gonna send you the money, then you make the plan. So that's reason I ain't brought it to you.
Okay.
So as they get it to us, so we're looking for it any time, at least half of it now. And then the other half is coming even before this fiscal year is out.
Right.
But once we do that, we that's gonna come right on time with the courthouse. Y'all with me?
Yes.
Okay, this gonna come right on time with our courthouse, right on time. So the reason our finance officers didn't put it in because we don't have it yet. We can't talk about stuff we ain't got in hand.
Right.
We don't have no way of collecting and making sure we get it.
Right.
Once we get it, we've already sent. She sent her account number and everything she needs to do so they can drop it in our account. Once it's dropped in our account, we'll call a special B. It has fallen on Northampton County. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time.
We gotta call for the budget public.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, at this time, no other comments. No other comments. At this time, I'm calling for a budget public hearing, and the date and time. Madam Clerk, what date have we got for the public hearing?
Were there any public comments that I missed, sir?
No, there was no public comment. This wasn't open for that.
Okay.
They
I
come
was
to
looking at the agenda. Okay.
I know that. Okay. We shouldn't have had that part included. They come up when we do have a budget, and for 10 days it's got to be out there so anybody can see it. Okay, what date?
The public hearing is going to be June the 3rd
June the 3rd
at 6 p.m.
at 6 p.m. Anybody have any objections?
No objection.
No objections.
That have been established, Madam Clerk.
Yes, it's
Have an
been
announcement.
established.
Please announcing public hearing on the budget. Okay. Here.
It's been noticed in the paper
Okay.
and the notices have been sent.
Okay.
Been posted online and the doors.
Got it. Okay. And then after we have the public hearing, we'll hear all the comments. Then we will establish the budget. We'll vote on the budget. After listen to the comments. Okay. I'll make any comment, we'll listen. And we're making adjustments if we need to start. Are we all clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
If there's nothing that's claim our attention.
Before you say that, let me just specify, the public hearing will be here held in the Commissioners' Meeting Room on June the 3rd, 2021 at 6 p.m. I want to make sure I specify the place as well.
All, we ready to adjourn?
Mhm.
Ready to adjourn? I declare this meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, okay?